Today, in the most holy liturgy, we're listening to the prophet Jeremiah, and he has these beautiful words. He says, "Cursed is the man who trusts in human beings, who seeks his strength in flesh, whose heart turns away from the Lord." Here he is speaking about our necessity to be in relationship with God, which comes about primarily through following the commandments and the boundaries of the church. For when man tries to live his own way and he breaks the laws of God, he's left to his own disorders, sins, and weaknesses. He actually places himself outside of God's divine help. For as one author puts it, it's not man's place to determine what he should and should not do, but God's, and man naturally knows this. There's a natural knowledge in the human person that understands they're subjected to God as a creature. And as Christians, through baptism, as being sons and daughters of God. The author continues, there's an ordering in man which needs God to find its fulfillment. For that reason, Christ came to earth. And our relationship with God reaches the depths of our souls because God is one who's keeping us in existence at every moment. Also, when we speak about loneliness, it's the absence of companionship or the presence of another. In this life, we find that at times we are lonely even in the company of others. And this is because there's something interior in us which recognizes that we are, in a sense, not really one with the other. There's a psychological separation or an individual reality that we kind of recognize, even in the midst of communion with each other. Also, this loneliness happens because something interior in our life is missing, or there's a lack of our relationship with God that is felt. We experience being a barren bush in the desert, or standing in a lava waste, or empty earth, because we lack a real spiritual life. For loneliness is therefore the product of separation from God. On a psychological level, people who are lonely are those who are not pursuing God. In this way, Jeremiah is teaching all people of their necessity for God. He's teaching us that God is where our strength actually lies, because it is a living relationship with the Savior to the being saved. He's teaching us to recognize who is present in every moment of our lives and how we really are cursed if we don't recognize God's loving presence at every moment of it. And the importance of keeping the commands and how they really preserve this relationship. This is where we experience being a tree planted beside the waters that stretches out its roots to the stream. And the stream is God's life making contact with ours. In other words, the sacraments.